5 depressing places in Scotland. Scotland's beauty is world famous. Misty highlands, glittering lochs, medieval castles. But behind the postcards, there are communities facing some of the toughest economic realities in the UK. These are places shaped by industrial decline, limited opportunities, and visible hardship. In this ranking of the 5 depressing places in Scotland, we uncover not just statistics, but the human stories behind them. They are areas where unemployment and deprivation are high, but where community pride remains strong. This is about understanding Scotland's hidden struggles and the resilience that still burns brightly within its people. 5. Langlee, Galashiels, and Burnfoot, Hawick, Scottish borders. The Scottish borders is a region that can feel like a painting brought to life. Rolling green hills, winding rivers, and charming stone towns. But within this beauty lie pockets of hardship, most notably Langlee, on the outskirts of Galashiels, and Burnfoot in Hawick. Both areas were heavily tied to the textile industry, woolen mills and knitwear production that once exported across the globe. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, jobs here were plentiful and wages fair. But from the 1980s onward, global competition and cheaper overseas production led to mill closures. For communities like Langlee and Burnfoot, this meant the loss of generational employment, and with it, much of their economic stability. One of the challenges faced by these communities is their location. While Galashiels has improved rail links to Edinburgh thanks to the Borders Railway, parts of Langlee still feel cut off. Burnfoot, a housing scheme in Hawick, is even further from major urban centres, making commuting for work costly and time-consuming. Public transport is patchy, and not all households own cars, making job opportunities harder to access. Hawick's High Street has lost many independent retailers over the past 2 decades. Galashiels fares slightly better, but large chain closures have left gaps that charity shops and discount stores now fill. For residents, this decline affects not only shopping choices, but also local morale. Despite the economic difficulties, both communities are far from giving up. Hawick hosts an annual Common Riding Festival, celebrating border rivers' history, while Galashiels invests in art and culture to draw visitors. Local food banks, community gardens, and youth clubs help families bridge the gap between wages and rising living costs. 4. Peterhead Harbour Area, Aberdeenshire. Peterhead, perched on Scotland's northeast coast, is known as the country's largest fishing port. The smell of the sea and the sight of trawlers returning with their catch have been part of daily life for generations. Yet, within the harbour area, deprivation has taken hold. Fishing once guaranteed stable incomes, especially for those working directly on boats or in the processing plants nearby. However, changes in fishing quotas, overfishing concerns, and the complexities of international trade have made the industry volatile. Many families who once relied on fishing have been forced to seek other work, often in lower-paid service jobs or seasonal tourism roles. The harbour area contains some of Peterhead's oldest housing stock, rank poorly for crime, and show pockets of income and employment deprivation. Housing issues exist in parts of the harbour area, though Aberdeenshire as a whole scores better on the housing domain. This can directly affect residents' health, especially during harsh North Sea winters. While most of Peterhead is safe and welcoming, certain streets in the harbour area report higher incidents of petty crime, antisocial behaviour, and substance misuse. This fuels a perception problem, one that can deter potential investment and limit tourism growth. Despite these struggles, Peterhead retains a strong fishing identity. The annual Scottish Week Festival brings locals and tourists together in a celebration of maritime culture. There are also initiatives to train young people in modern fishing technology and marine engineering, hoping to keep the tradition alive while adapting to new realities. 3. Springburn, Glasgow, Northeast. In its prime, Springburn was a titan of British railway manufacturing. The district produced locomotives for the UK and far beyond, sending Scottish engineering across the globe. The decline began in the mid-20th century, when changes in transport needs and manufacturing led to the closure of the major rail works. Thousands of skilled jobs vanished, and many workers were left with limited alternatives. The loss of these industries had a ripple effect. Local businesses, shops, and services that depended on worker spending also suffered. Today, parts of Springburn are among the most deprived in Glasgow, with high unemployment, low household incomes, and poorer-than-average health outcomes. Many families live in council or housing association properties, some of which require significant refurbishment. Recent years have seen attempts to turn the tide. New housing developments, community centers, and improved public spaces. The Springburn Winter Gardens, a stunning Victorian glasshouse, remains a powerful symbol of the community's heritage. Although it has fallen into disrepair, campaigns to restore it demonstrate the determination of locals to reclaim pride in their area. Youth clubs, adult education programs, and grassroots projects provide vital lifelines. Despite facing some of the harshest urban challenges in Scotland, Springburn continues to show that community solidarity can survive even the toughest times. 2. Fergusley Park, Paisley, Renfrewshire. For many years, Fergusley Park was officially Scotland's most deprived area, according to the Scottish Index of Multiple Deprivation. Unemployment here has been persistently high, and health outcomes consistently rank below national averages. Many households depend on social benefits, and while there have been regeneration efforts, the stigma attached to the area can be as damaging as the economic issues themselves. Fergusley Park's housing was largely built in the post-war era to accommodate Paisley's growing population. Over time, some estates became run down due to underinvestment. Although new housing developments have been built, progress has been gradual, and not all residents benefit equally from improvements. Locals are determined to change the narrative. Community gardens, arts programs, and youth employment initiatives have sprung up in recent years. There's a strong volunteer network with residents working together to improve safety, education, and well-being. The road to reversing decades of deprivation is long, but Fergusley Park's people have proven they won't be defined solely by statistics. Their activism is a testament to the idea that community pride can endure even in the face of entrenched poverty. 1. Greenock Town Centre, Inverclyde, most depressing. In 2020, Greenock Town Centre overtook Fergusley Park as Scotland's most deprived area. Greenock's history is rooted in shipbuilding and heavy industry. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, it was a bustling hub of trade and craftsmanship. But by the late 20th century, the collapse of these industries left thousands unemployed. Walking through some parts of the town centre, you'll see shuttered shop fronts, neglected buildings, and signs of reduced foot traffic. The shift to online shopping and out-of-town retail parks has drained much of the commercial activity from the high street. Greenock also struggles with health inequalities, including higher rates of chronic illnesses and lower life expectancy compared to the Scottish average. These issues are compounded by economic deprivation, creating a cycle that is hard to break. Inverclyde Council has invested in revitalization projects, from improving public spaces to attracting new small businesses. Cruise ships now dock at Greenock, bringing in visitors during the tourist season. However, these benefits have yet to fully transform the fortunes of the town centre's most deprived areas. The location, overlooking the River Clyde, is stunning, reminding visitors that Greenock's decline is not inevitable. With sustained investment, better job opportunities, and continued community effort, there is hope that the tide can one day turn. The 5 depressing places in Scotland show us the other side of the country's postcard image. They are communities facing deep-rooted challenges, yet brimming with resilience and local pride. Change will take time, but the determination of their people ensures that hope for a better future remains alive. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.